Hello and welcome to another video here on my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be making a mandala in Eclipse Studio Paint. So we have Eclipse Studio Paint open, and I am going to open up, I'm going to make a new illustration thingy. I know I have all the technical terms down, don't worry. I'm gonna set it to 7,000 by 7,000, I think it's pixels? I think it's pixels. I'm gonna say it's pixels. But yeah, it's pixels. 7,000 times 7,000 pixels. 72 dpi, probably a bit low there, but I find that that format works for me. But yeah, so we are gonna make a mandala, and a mandala is I actually googled this. A mandala is supposed to be meditative, so you could actually draw them any way you like, but the point of drawing them is like it's supposed to be meditative and soothing to do that. I find that they are, especially the way I've kind of developed doing them. I tend to use circles, and I'm going to show you how now. So we're going to go down here to the ruler tool. There's that stupid R again. I'm sorry. Ruler tool. Yes. That R. It throws me off. But yeah, we are going to use the symmetrical ruler. You can set the number of line here. And if you want it to be symmetrical, you need it to be an even number. I like to set it to 12, just because I like how that looks aesthetically, and also when I upload the design to my Redbubble store, it works on a clock. I know it's a weird reason, but it works on a clock then, because then I have 12 sort of, and so I don't have to put numbers on to have it kind of work as a clock. So that is why I like to do that. So we are just gonna go out here on that canvas, on that layer here, layer 1. And I just draw a line up there, and you can see that it's not exactly in the middle. It ain't in the middle. So we go up here to the operation tool thingy. I just click on the ruler thing, and then I just type in what is the middle. And since we are the canvas is 7,000 times 7,000 pixels large, I can just do half of that to get it in the middle. So that is 3,500. Math was never my strongest subject, but I can at least do that. So we have the ruler in place now. We are going to go here, over here, and click on the thingy here. Yes, technical terms, I know. And we're gonna make sure that we're gonna put on this show in all layers. There we go. And now, if you want to make a time lapse doing your drawing, you can go up here on File, and you can choose Record Time Lapse. This will turn on Canvas time lapse recording. The time lapse recording will be saved with the canvas, and the file will require more disk space than usual. Okay, you can check the box for not show this again. I don't, because sometimes when I turn on the time-lapse thing, I am streaming on Twitch and I want to show people my process. And so when the box kind of pops up, it makes me convey the information that the file will be larger. So you need to keep that in mind. I'm not sure how much larger. I should probably figure that out. But that is the thing. So we put in a new raster layer. You can of course use a vector if that is if you like that. But I haven't mastered vectors yet, so yeah. And now we come to the point of the video where I realize I've forgotten to calibrate my drawing tablet, my XP Pen Artist 22 Pro. I really enjoy this tablet. I think it's a good tablet for its price. I think I paid like 500 bucks for it last year. And compared to the like the $2,000 Wacom drawing monitors, I think it's a good deal because yeah, the Intuos is probably a lot better, but I like it's 4 times the price, and I don't think it's 4 times as good, if you know what I mean. But yeah. So we are now ready to start drawing. I usually just use the G pen for this, but you can use any pen you want. That color is maybe a bit, yeah. I don't usually work with blacks lines. I don't know why, I just prefer not to use perfect black. But yeah, you can use any sort of pen you want for this, and this will happen. In theory, you can also use these kind of specialty brushes that you can find in the asset library in for Clip Studio. This doesn't snap. That is so typical me. I find the one brush that doesn't actually snap. But you can fix that in one of these enable snapping. There we go. That should do it. There we go. And so you can do this now. I like that. I think that's pretty cool. And that's not snapped either, but I showed you how to turn it on now. But yeah, you can just use these types of brushes as well. I tend not to at the moment, but that might change. You never know when that inspiration hits you to do something completely different, and you should welcome it. But yeah, let's get into it. I'm just going to zoom in a bit. And let's see. It's at 10 now. I'm going to set it to 15 because I like to go back in and do a bit more detail at some point. And then I like to use a kind of a thinner pen to do the details. And this is how I like to do them, like with these kind of nice soothing strokes. But you do you do how you do them, like you do. And I like to use this kind of, have this sort of star in the middle. So yeah, let's continue. Just trying to think a bit on how I want this to be. I made a lot of these now. Sorry, should probably have turned off the volume of my phone. So if you could hear that, I do apologize. Probably TikTok. TikTok is so, like, it gives me so many alerts. But it doesn't show my videos to anyone. So yeah, a lot of noise and no reward. So I'm just sitting here with my hand on the Control and Z key, so I can just remove any line I'm not happy with quickly. I do this a lot when I draw my mandalas. Just Control C, Control C, Control C. Oh, and by the way, I should probably mention this. When I first started doing these in XP Pen, I noticed that the eraser tool was not set to enable snapping. So when I erased, I can show you actually what happened. It was kind of annoying. So I had drawn a line. Oh, I had drawn a line and I wanted to erase, but just that would be erased. And that was, and I just went, oh, and I thought I had to continue making mandalas in Photoshop. And for some reason, making mandalas in Photoshop is a bit more, it kind of lags in Photoshop for some reason. I am not sure why. It could be just because I make them differently there. It could be my fault. I haven't tested it properly. I just found that it was a bit laggy, so it was annoying to work with. But yeah, so remember, if that happens to you, if when you erase, it only erases one part, remember you need to go into the tool here, go to correction, and enable snapping. That is how you do it. Choosing the pen tool again. And now we can continue. Let's see. It's always a bit of a sort of what works, what makes it flow, what drags your eyes up. And do you want your eyes to be dragging up? I'm just going to make another layer here, because I want to do stuff like this, and it's much easier to do that when you have multiple layers. There we go. Because it's easier to erase, I can just use that layer again. I try not to have too many layers because I tend to kind of lose overview. So it has happened a few times now where I've done a lot of work on a layer and it was the wrong layer. Like drawing directly on the sketch layer. Yes, it has happened. It's annoying. There we go. So I have gotten a lot better at kind of putting the layers in specific folders and then naming them in a good way. I'm gonna merge these, then I'm gonna do another layer. So this is also something that I have started doing, like no matter what, is that I will, especially when I'm drawing here, because hair is kind of tricky to get to look good in when you ink it, like you do the line art. So I've just started doing multiple layers and then merging another layer and then merging another layer and then merging, because it's easier to just erase a line that you don't want to be there, and it looks a bit better and a bit more flowy doing it that way. So, and then I'm of course merging the layers as I go, so I don't have like a gazillion layers. Yeah, making sure I am on the right layer again. So there we go. No, I don't like that. I do not like that. Nope. The trick is to kind of get it to, I think that, yes, we did it. And now this one, yes. Put it on that layer. There we go. And now we are getting close to the end of our canvas. So there we have it. See, it's starting to lag a tiny bit when it the lines become this long. Oh, for Pete's sake. What did I do now? Ah, well. This happens to me. I pressed the wrong key. I've been playing some Overwatch lately. I just like the fact that it's I like honestly, the thing that I really enjoy about Overwatch is the aesthetics and like the short battles when you just do quick play and arcade stuff. And I just find it kind of comforting to do to just play like that. But okay, we are not here to talk about Overwatch. We are here to talk about mandalas in Clip Studio Paint. So let's continue with that. So I have this sort of, oh my god, I have company. I do apologize for this, but I have a cat. She is becoming so big, but she is still technically a kitten. And she likes to come on top of my desk because she wants attentions and cuddles and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna merge these layers. Yeah, no, you're not allowed to scratch on my drawing monitor. You're not allowed to do that. If you're gonna play, it's not a lot of room on my desk to play. I might have to cut this out of the video. Yes. What are you doing? You are so cute and such a nuisance. You know that? Come on. I think you need to go down. You need to go down. It is more kitten friendly down there. My desk is not very kitten friendly. I know. I know. Yeah. That's how life is sometimes. Sometimes we are all a bit can't get our way, unfortunately. But okay, I have another layer again. I have turned down my brush size. Kitten is now on the floor being a bit offended that I don't want her to be on top of my desk. And we can do some details because although I like this design, it is nice and flowy and stuff, I think it's a bit lacking in details. I can see that I did something here. Didn't kind of erase that perfectly, but no matter, it does. You can just do this. And hi, Kitten. Kitten is back on my desk now. Woohoo! And she is looking very intently on her tail. She likes to chase her tail. There are videos of this on my Instagram if anyone wants to see that. No, you're not allowed to scratch on my monitor. I've told it like a gazillion times, Kitten. Life with a kitten, people. Life with a kitten. It's all fun and games until they start scratching your $500 drawing monitor. I really don't want it to be scratched up. I really don't. Let's see. I'm just trying to make some good lines here, make it flow nicely. Oh, I forgot to erase the tips here. That's fine. We can just go and do that. There we were. There we were. Just trying to not put all of the pressure on the tip so I can get a bit of dynamics in my line. I do like that one. we go. Just remember when you're doing this, do whatever you find soothing and pleasing to do, because that is the whole point of these. It is to be soothing and relaxing and not stressy. My life isn't actually very stressful, but I do have my issues like everyone else does these days, to be honest. And sometimes when I have an art block, I will just open up Clip Studio, and instead of doing something else, I just do these because it's so soothing to do. And I don't have to be especially inspired to do them. I can just draw and be merry and listen to music or a YouTube video or watching someone stream and draw these. I want to have a bit more detail. I'm gonna merge these later on. I'm gonna start out here now because I don't want that much more detail closer into the center of the mandala. Hi, kitten. You're gonna lay on, okay. She's gonna lay on top of my drawing hat now. Yesterday she decided it was a brilliant idea to go and lay on top of my... That was Kitten lying on top of my mouse. Yesterday she was gonna make herself comfortable on top of my keyboard as I was playing Overwatch. That was interesting. So, if you were playing with me... If you were playing with me one day and like... my character is kind of looking around all erratic, it's probably my kitten deciding that she wants to take a nap or play around or on my desk. Yes. It's all fun and games with a kitten until you miss an Overwatch or any game, other game like that. No, I don't want it to be like that. I want it to be like that. I think. No kitten, no claws on my drawing monitor again. Oh, dear Lord. If you chase your tail around on my desk here, you're gonna fall down. It's not gonna be my fault. Please don't. I remember one time she was again on my desk and oh god, and she accidentally deleted a layer. I hadn't done a lot of work on that layer, so it wasn't like the end of the world, but I remember panicking because I was on stream. I was live on my Twitch channel. It used to be a Sims channel, but it's more art now than Sims. I think it's just because I've been a lot more inspired to do art. And The Sims has been a very good game because it have kind of allowed me to be creative in, like, even though I haven't felt like drawing necessarily. I might have to take this kitten down soon. Yeah. I kind of wish, like, even if I had my camera on, you wouldn't be able to see her because she would be under where I have set up my camera to kind of be looking. Let's see here now. I think we are closer to what I want. And so birds are starting to appear outside because it's spring and they have, no, it's early March. It's very early spring here. And so some of the birds have started making their nests, and she is very intrigued by that. Let's see, we're going to merge these layers here. And so now we have all of the lines finished. I'm going to make another layer here, and we are going to start coloring. And the way I color these, you can color any way you like. You can, for instance, sometimes I like to kind of find a good, like, I really like, where is it? This one, the dense watercolor brush. And you can, in theory, just do this, basically. It's a bit big. And do this if you like. But I find that that is a bit... She knocked something over now. Perfect. I do apologize for this. Not the most pro thing in the world, but that's my life. That is my life. But yeah, but I find that doing that is a lot of work. Sometimes I feel like doing that, but today is not one of them. And so I use this tool here. If I can do it directly, I'm gonna do refer to all layers. And now I have that part there. And so I go to my gradient selection thing here. I have some custom ones, some I've made myself. And I have it set on the circle tool thingy. And then we can do this. Today I'm just going to put all of these on one layer, but you can put them on multiple layers if you want. But if you want to kind of spend more time adjusting like the values, you can do that. I did that, like a friend of mine actually commissioned me to make a mandala for them a few weeks ago. And then I put everything on different layers just to like, and I spent a lot of time kind of making sure the gradient levels was a good one. I will do a custom mandala for you if you want to. Just drop me a DM on Insta or something, and I will make you your own mandala. Let's see. Yeah. So I'm trying to sort of just keep an eye on how things will contrast to each other, like with the colors, because I should probably mention this, but I'm not going to worry too much about the actual color of the mandala at the moment, because we are going to play around with some gradient maps, like a gradient layer. Excuse me. I'm going to play around with correction layers after we have kind of finished filling in all of the colors we want. I'm going to use this now, but we need to make sure it's a circle that we drag out like that. Nifty. So yeah, there we go. And I want a darker one here. I'm going to use that one again, or no, I'm going to use that one. There we go. And now I am going to, hi kitten, my kitten is back on my desk now. Oh no, not on my desk, I do apologize. Oh no, she's on my desk. She was first on my chair, now she's on my desk. But yeah, I just want to make sure that everything contrasts nicely. You can, of course, use... No, that's not a strong enough contrast. Hi, kitten. No, no, no. You're... Oh, she is now stepping on my keyboard. Come on. Off my keyboard. Yes, off my keyboard. Not allowed to be on my keyboard. There we go. I just want to make sure that the colors that I have, the gradients are, like the values are nicely contrasting. I'm just going to be a bit lazy here now and do the same here. So we can get this done today before my kitten decides to... I always forget to check that it's done in the circle thingy. Let's see. Oh. I might actually edit this so it goes a bit faster. Let's see. But I'm just gonna keep talking because it is good practice of me just to kind of keep talking when I do stuff like this, because I often will do this on my Twitch stream. I could actually just use a recording of my Twitch stream to make this tutorial, but honestly, I find that cutting them is a bit will end up looking a bit weird, basically because I have to cut away a lot of sort of talking to answering questions from the people that are watching, and I would have to go in and sort of maybe mute my own voice and then do a voiceover in some places to make it work. The really good streamers, the really good streamers and YouTubers, they would basically make sure that when they're talking, like it's easy for them to sort of cut it in a way so like they can, it's easy for them to kind of edit the VOD from the Twitch stream together. Let's see. But I am not a pro streamer. That would be fun. But I am not. So I'm gonna do a bit more together up here. Oh god. TikTok, stop telling me people have liked a video. I get like one like they don't notify me just when I get a like. They notify me when someone I follow has uploaded a new video, so I'm gonna turn off these notifications soon. You don't get to notify me about stuff when you don't want to show my content to anyone. I used to be be very active on TikTok for a while, but it is very disheartening when you spend a lot of hours making content, because it does take a lot of time to make content for TikTok, and when it doesn't show my content to anyone unless they live not far from where I live, because apparently, this is just a rumor though, or so don't take my word for it, but TikTok has a tendency to only show your content to people who are in your kind of vicinity. So most of my views come from Norway and Sweden and Denmark, because I live in Norway. But there aren't like Norway is a small country. So my content doesn't end up on a lot of For You pages. And also the thing about that is I'm into cosplay and makeup and stuff, and a lot of, like most Norwegians are into other stuff, and that's totally fine. It's just that it becomes very disheartening when I know that there are people who might enjoy my content more in the States and in England and stuff like that, and it's never on their For You pages because I'm Norwegian. And so it doesn't matter how much, it kind of feels like it doesn't matter how much work I put into the videos and my makeup and the cosplays, because the people who would actually enjoy watching my content is not going to be able to see it, and the people who is not interested get to see it maybe, but only the ones who kind of live where I live. And yeah, so it got to a point where it is very disheartening to spend a lot of time, money, and energy making that content there, and it's not shown to anyone. So I kind of stopped doing that So I still upload to TikTok on occasion, but it's usually just speed paints and stuff like that. So, but if you want to see me in weird makeup and costumes, do check out my TikTok. It is, I think it's just Lady Kimono. If you click on my Linktree thingy, you will be brought to my TikTok, and you can see if you like it or not. I hope you like it. I did spend, like, a lot of the videos there, I spent a lot of time on. But yeah, I think now we have filled in all the kind of areas in the mandala. I am going to put in a new layer, and we're going to use a correction layer here in a gradient map. And so my lines is now over the gradient map, but you can, of course, if you want to, put the lines under the correction layer if you want. You decide. And so now I can just go through the gradient sets here. And yeah, I kind of like how the values turned off. You can make your own gradients if you want. This one is actually made with the colors of my logo and channel and stuff like that. And these I kind of made because they're supposedly the trending colors for spring. I actually Googled it. But we are just gonna look here at. But yeah, a lot of the gradients I have here, I have downloaded from the asset gallery in Clip Studio. Gosh darn it, I love the asset library. The only thing I wish I was better at with it is renaming stuff, because my Japanese is non-existent to be. Like, I can tell, like, if someone is talking about me in Japanese, I can I've seen seen enough anime to know if they are kind of confessing their love or wanting to end me. So that's about it. So I have these. I don't think I ever used any of these gradients because they are a bit, I don't know what is an appropriate word for YouTube, acid trippy? I don't know. Did I actually download a few more gradients the other day? I don't remember. I kind of like that pink one. Ooh, I like that lavender dusk. Vibrant twilight. I like this one because it's supposedly gradients from like Japanese art, like traditional woodblock prints and stuff. So I do like the colors. I do have a thing for Japanese art and design. I don't know if there are any hints in my channel and stuff of that. Where is that one I really liked? I like that one. So we're gonna go with this one for now. And now what I like to do is I will go up to my lines layer, and I'm gonna duplicate that layer. So we have a copy now. I'm gonna like make that layer invisible. It's just so I have like a backup of my lines in a way. And then I'm gonna lock transparency there. And what I will often do, not always, but sometimes, I have this gradient here that it's called sunset, but it is basically supposed to kind of emulate gold in a way. And now I'm going to drag that out. And now we have these lines that are kind of gold. And then what I like to do is to turn on border effect. The border effect is white. So I kind of like, to me, this pops a bit more. So this is what I like to do to my lines here. So now this mandala is basically done. I'm gonna tweak with it a bit more so I can upload it to my Redbubble store. But we are basically done. You can turn off the ruler layer here. If you want a layer where you don't use the ruler, you can just make it not visible, and you can do what you want to. You can do what you want to, even though it's not your birthday. But yeah, mandala is all done. This will be on, if you like this design, it will be available on my Redbubble store. And that is it, really. I do hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know. If there is other stuff that you want me to show you how to do in Clip Studio Paint, please let me know and I will try and make it. And until next time, be good.